This is Terrence Andre Banks with Information Age Financial Solutions, coming to you, talking to you today about taxes. Now, I'm right in the middle of reading Tax-Free Wealth, the second edition by Rich Dad advisor Tom Wheelwright, CPA. And I'm a Rich Dad fan, read a lot of his different books. Don't agree with everything what he says in terms of, but the principles cannot be denied. And this book is just in the halfway, I'm at the halfway mark, and just the different nuggets that I've gotten and acquired from this is just invaluable. And I thought I'd just do a video on it because taxes make up the largest expense no matter what you are and what country you're at and what you're doing, because taxes just is a part of life. And knowing as much as it's just as important as knowing about taxes, just as much as you know about financial education, especially in the information age. What I like about Tom Wheelwright's book is that he gives you just a number of different things and goes in deeper in terms of how to use depreciation and coins the phrase that I've really never heard before, but was just having to utilize it, is that taxes are a series of incentives for entrepreneur investors to get you to do what the government wants to get done. And I never actually heard it phrased like that. Because of that, and then, if you have a business, a small business, you could take advantage of all the different tax advantages that go along with this. And if you're going to be in a state where you have to pay taxes, and that's just part of life conditions, it's best that you know as much as possible about it. Now, again, this is not a financial tip in that kind of sense, because I'm not a CPA. I just really wanted as much information as possible dealing with, especially when talking to my CPA, and some of the things they just may not know. And if you don't have the right questions, you can't bring things to address to them and talk about things intelligently. Again, the reason why I stress taxes, because with the new administration, the new tax law, even though we're past the season of it, it's nothing. It's never been another. I'm running out of words. It's never been late of a time to learn as much as you can about taxes, especially prepare for the next season. With each new administration, and they change the tax laws, and you need to know about it. And this has been one of the largest overhauls in a number of years under the new administration's tax plan. So it affected everybody. And if you're a business owner or functioning in some kind of passive entrepreneurship, it really helped you out. But there's still more things that you can learn. And again, understanding that statement that taxes are an incentive for investors and entrepreneurs to do what the government wants to get done is paramount. As we continue to move on, and different aspects are going to go on about what you're going to do financially, especially with pension crisis coming and student loans, it's just best that you have a ground foundation of taxes. I'm not going to make this any longer. I'm going to put a link inside the description. I would encourage you to read it. Great. And I'm only halfway through, but just the notion of depreciation here and the power of leverage, retirement, higher tax brackets, and different aspects like that. Asset protection, which is a very good point here. I'm just kind of skimming through the things that I've already read, and tax savings he gives examples of different people that he's given tax advice and explain how they were able to incentivize because of if they were making a higher income, and how they can use depreciation, amortization, and different tax laws that's legally designed for them to pay less. Again, that's just incredible information. And especially if you're thinking of moving to an investor and entrepreneur mindset, especially because there's nothing guaranteed anymore, and job placement, job employment is not always readily available. You may have to move into self-employed, even if it's out of your control. And maybe if you're not even thinking about, well, I don't want to be a self-employed person, or I want to be an entrepreneur. The way the economy is moving to, you may have to, and it's just as much as you can get as much information as possible, because information is readily available. And books like Tax-Free Wealth, even though taxes by far is not the most exciting thing, we all agree on that, this book gives you a good firm foundation of different incentives that you can utilize. And I would encourage you to take a look at it. As always, subscribe, leave some comments. Until my next video, I'm out.